Hello, everybody. This is Brian Webb with Web Designs, and I wanted to take a minute just to make a little short video to help maybe explain a little bit about what you're going to see below and what exactly SEO is. We've even tried not to use that term because it's so overused and nobody knows what it means. They get confused with it, but it's an acronym for search engine optimization, basically meaning doing all the things that Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and all the different search engines, doing the things that they like, checking the boxes um, to meet the criteria that makes them think that your business is worth putting in front of another one. So that's basically what that is. So I have gone through and we have little bullet points on our website of little things that mean a lot of things. So I was trying and try to make this. You can download it above, or you can just watch the video on here, and then obviously on our website and maybe other places like on YouTube, there'll be even more depth that you can find out more of what each particular thing means in more detail. But I tried to make this as brief as possible. So, strategic growth plan. What is that? Well, basically what it means is it's a roadmap of we sit down and figure out, you come to us as a business, what we need to do is we need to find out what problems you're having, what items that you're wanting to push, what keywords are important to you that people will type in that define you. So that's, we find out those things, and then we from there you can kind of figure out, okay, so now we're going to take those and we're going to see, is the volume there? Are there enough people searching them to even spend time on getting it? Because if it's a, $100,000 item and 10, 20 people search a month, that's worth it. But if it's a $100 rental or something and you have 10 people a month coming to your website, well, it should be lower on the list of things to achieve. So you build your strategy basically, and then the next is you create the content to make that happen from those keywords. And then you obviously have to look at your on page, which that means look at your website, make sure it's structured right, make sure the every image that you see on the internet has an alt text, which explains to the engines that the algorithms that search your website explains to them exactly what that picture is, because it doesn't see the picture, it sees the details of the picture. Same with on-page SEO. When you see a title on a website, is it an H1, a header tag 1, header tag 2? That's all important. Is URL structure right? Have you done it in the right sequence to where you have services, and then under that, maybe, our services are concrete, and then we have residential concrete, and then we have commercial concrete. Is it structured properly? Is there internal linking, meaning, does your home page link to each one of the pages it needs to link when it talks about that particular subject? And then you have the technical SEO, which is site speed, mobile friendliness. Everything should be mobile friendly because that's where almost all your searches are going to come from nowadays. Is it secure? Is there security in place? Crawlability means basically can Google, Bing, all the different search engines, are they allowed to find your site? Because you have to submit those and make them crawlable for them to be indexed. And what index means is, does the internet know about your website? And you can find that out by putting in site, SITE : and then your website address. And if it shows a result of your website on the Google page, then you're indexed. So, that's important. And then we have the local SEO is when we get even more specific and you geo-target certain little areas. And then analytics and reporting. It's good to look at what's going right, what's going wrong. There's always going to be things going good and things going bad, and you switch and you change and you adjust. And That's what you're paying the service for, is for somebody to watch that and shift and adjust and move. So that's what that part is. And then giving reports to the customer to let them know what's going on. Competitor analysis. You always want to go against and find the people in your area that are ranking, the top 1, 2, 3 spots, analyze them, find out what they're doing, compare it against yours, make adjustments, things like that, find gaps. And long-term vision is to know that, you should always really have a marketing budget for someone to watch these things for you. You're too busy as a business owner to do it. So you need to constantly be growing your online presence. To Google probably makes 3, 4, 5, sometimes even more updates a year, and then they'll have core updates. They're always changing, so someone needs to be on top of those changes and make sure that they're implemented on your stuff as well. So that's the strategic growth plan. Business analysis and research. This is basically just, just because you're a, let's say, dumpster rental company, doesn't mean you're the same as a dumpster rental company in another state, another demographic, or any of that. So this just basically means we need to talk about your business, where you're having problems, what you want to improve on, what areas, what you want to achieve, what's your audience like, tell us about them, and then that helps us to actually build up our strategy. Keyword research is what I was talking about earlier. This is basically, you need to understand search intent is basically, why is this person looking for this? And then you use that to try to figure out what keywords someone might type to find something. And then so you'll brainstorm, different topics on that, and then you try to get different variations, a bunch of different ones, and then we run them through an analysis program and find out if the volume's there, if it's worth it, how hard it is to rank for, and then you develop your plan to which ones you attack first, the easy ones first, and then you just build it out. So that pretty much is 1 through 5 summed up, and then 6 is long tail and short tail keywords. So short tail obviously is just what it means. It's 1, 2 word phrases, like shoes, and then long tail would be best running shoes for women. And then the next is you want to compare your keywords to. We have scraping programs that you can scrape somebody's site, a competitor, and then you evaluate it against your own to see who's doing better and where we need to change. Then you need to consider, does this align with my business? Maybe this is not working the way I should. So you talk about it, you change, you develop another plan, and you adjust. And then the next is you want to group them in topics so that it just doesn't sound just off the wall. So if, like for instance, in cars, if you're talking about engines, well, that's the place to start talking about spark plugs and oil changes or carburetors, things like that, not when you're talking about paint jobs. So, by topics. Next is tracking and refining. That's basically what I was saying. It's an ongoing process. You want to keep adjusting. Stuff that works, lean into it more. Stuff that doesn't, switch. Next is site audit and maintenance. So site audit, we'll go through the website, and we have a very, very expensive, good program that goes deep into everything, not just backlinks and everything. It finds missing image, alt text, meta descriptions. It checks their links, make sure it all aligns with Google. So that's what we do. So we find links that are on your site that are broken. Maybe you link to Fred's coffee shop down the street, but it went out of business a year and a half ago, but it's still on your page, and his website's down. That will be a broken link, and you'll get penalized for it. So you want to make sure that they're removed or fixed. Page speed, you want to make sure you always load fast. Just think of yourself. You're sitting at home bored, you want to look something up, you go to a website, if it loads slow, boom, you're off of it, you're on to the next one. Same thing, the next one, mobile friendliness. You got to make sure it looks good on the phone. Everything should look good on the phone. That's almost top priority now over desktop. Your desktop should look great, but that's not hard at all. But you need to make sure the mobile looks really good. And then it's SEO problems. What all issues are, what all is missing, and then security. You want to make sure you're safe from hackers. So you want to have an SSL. Basically, if you go to a website and it has HTTPS for it, that is a secured as an SSL. You probably want the ones before that where it tells you up there to be careful. It doesn't have whatever, or it'll make you, click a button to click to proceed. That's because they don't have an SSL. You shouldn't get on there. It could be malware that'll then go onto your computer. So the goal there is to fix anything that's hurting your SEO, because if you're on page, if your website is not good, you're not going to rank. Maintenance is just what it is. It's making sure all the plugins and WordPress websites are updated, making sure if there's any bugs, glitches, errors, which will happen, you get those fixed. Regular backups in case something goes wrong. Performance monitoring, make sure your website is always loading fast and working right. And then content updates. You want to make sure you're always doing some changes. You shouldn't just let a website just sit. Google wants to think that you're always updating to bring more value to the customer, and that makes him think that you're worth ranking. Next, content marketing strategy. It's just another fancy way of saying basically you need to figure out who you're going to target, and then you figure out what words to target it with, what words will bring those people. Next, create the content using those words to bring those people, and then the rest is making everything work so that the content uses the words to bring those people. It's just builds upon itself. On-page optimization, this is the one that freaks a lot of people out, but it's basically, it just means that you make sure you're using the right keywords and phrases on your page, making sure that what the content, what I read on your page isn't just a bunch of gibberish someone threw on there to rank the website. It needs to be organized with your keywords, but done in a way that it's interesting and it's laid out properly. You need to have good, clean, crisp lines, and it just needs to be good. Internal linking to the other pages in your site. Make sure it's mobile, has speed. It's all about number 10 down there, enhancing the user experience. Because if people like going to your site, then Google's going to love to rank it. Off page. This is anything that you do off the website to improve its reputation, which is backlinks. And backlinks is getting other reputable, good websites to link back to you. So, somehow you got really lucky. You're in auto repair, and Ford wants to put a link of your business to suggest that someone go to you for repairs. That is a great link from a great reputable website that goes back to your site. That's a backlink. Votes of confidence, basically, is what it is. Next, you want to be doing encouraging, if it's not in the plan, then on the own, as a business owner, you need to be posting content and sharing it and getting people to share it and doing content that makes people want to comment and talk about it. Which goes to the next one, brand mentions. You want to have having your brand website mentioned on other sites and social media is huge. Sign up for guest blogs, write on other people's sites. Listing your business, these are what we call citations. It's listing your business locally. So you find places that are relevant to you in your area, and you get your name, address, phone number, and website on them, Yelp or local directories. Then you can partner with influencers. It's not just the famous ones you see like that are national. There's local influencers that can help drive traffic to your site. And then the last is engage in online communities. If there's Facebook groups, Reddit, Quora, things like that, mentioning the website, keywords, and things like that. So in short, on page, making sure everything on your website's up to speed. Off page, making sure stuff off your website is helping you build trust, credibility, and is getting you exposure. And then the backlinks is basically link building. This is going out and finding places to put and get links back to your website, and not just getting any web. These need to be good quality content from good quality sites back to you, or it is not positive, it's negative on your site. So don't think you can go to Fiverr or one of these online platforms and spend $5-10 on some links and expect them to help you. They're probably going to tank your rankings. So the next is GBP, which is Google Business Profile. Account management, this means making sure it's up to speed to start with, that the name, address, hours, everything is correct. Make sure you have photos and descriptions, watching reviews, replying to reviews. Never reply negative, always be encouraging even if they're not. Posting updates, you want to share news, offers, events to keep the profile fresh. You want to always keep an eye on it, see what kind of interaction you're getting. And then you want to take advantage of the knowledge panel, which is answering questions with FAQs, so that it just helps authority. So it's all about boosting visibility and local search results. Basically, so when you look online, you've got at the very top a couple links that are sponsored. Those are pay-per-click. Then you've got a map with a few companies, 3, 4, whatever. And then under that, there's websites. Well, that middle part with the map, this is where your Google Business Profile comes in handy. Press releases. So we do press releases once a month. If you're on one of the higher plans, we do more than once a month. And we basically build out content using your keywords. And then we submit it to a press release distributor that sends it out to several news sites, online news, TV stations, Forbes articles, things like that. And these all get you backlinks back to your site, gives you brand awareness, more places for your keywords on the internet, and you get referral traffic from them. So they're a great way to get backlinks, to be visible, and drive traffic. So I hope this helped you. If you have any more questions, feel free to email sales@webdesigns.com or call us at 918-830-3888 or send a text there. Thank you.